Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here, and this is my review of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. So, there's been a really heavy, mixed sort of reaction to this movie. It seems like some people really like it, some people love it, some people hate it, some people are just like, eh. With me, yeah, I didn't like it. You know, and a lot of the problems in this movie are because of the film before it. They're because of The Force Awakens. This whole reboot thing, this whole thing with them being poisoned by Disney. You know, Disney pretty much poisoned the Star Wars franchise, in my opinion. The Force Awakens, I can't believe the fact that people defend it. You don't take A New Hope and then just copy and paste it. There's no excuse for that. If you have to copy and paste A New Hope to make a good Star Wars reboot, the start of a new trilogy, then someone else needs to be hired. There are talented people out there that can make good Star Wars movies without copying and pasting A New Hope. That was not the only option, and it was a very weak, substantially weak, shitty option, and then it came out and people defended it. It's a copy-paste of A New Hope. And it's not just that, but there were too many moments of humor. The characters were kind of flat, except for maybe Kylo Ren. You know, the whole thing with Luke, Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia, Chewbacca, all the original characters were badly written or just not in the movie. And The Last Jedi takes these problems and it expands them, it multiplies them by 1,000. There's things that don't make sense. Like, Rey continues to be this Mary Sue character. You know, like, she doesn't really get trained. Like, she wants to be trained to be a Jedi, and she doesn't really get trained. There's like a 5-minute scene, and that's it. Like, Luke tries to train her, then she sees the dark side, and then Luke's like, oh, you've been to the dark side, and then, you know, and that's it. There's no explanation as to why Rey is such a good fighter. There's no explanation as to why she can kick everyone's asses, that she can fight and handle Kylo Ren. You know, there's no explanation for almost anything in this movie. And there were some things in this film that I liked. A lot of people hated Leia's fake death. I thought it was okay. I thought it was kind of cool, and I like how they played like one of the original songs, and her like floating through space and getting back to the ship was kind of cool and badass. Like, we've never seen Leia have those kind of powers before, but you know, why not? I mean, they're killing enough original characters, they might as well keep a few. And it's really weird that they killed off Luke Skywalker, but they don't kill off Leia. When I first came into this film, I was like, you know, Leia's gonna die 100%. I was really, like, sad and disappointed about it, because I don't want Leia to be killed off. I didn't want Han Solo to be killed off. I didn't want Luke to be killed off. When I watched Return of the Jedi, I don't want them to be killed off. 30 years later, I don't want them to be killed off. Like, why? That's kind of like an obsession with storytelling. Everything has to end with everyone dying. Not only is it kind of repetitive, but it's ridiculous and it's not realistic. Everyone should not have to die for it to be a good story. You shouldn't have to kill someone just to complete their story arc. You can usually do it most of the time, but you don't always have to do it. And Luke dying, Han Solo dying, it's kind of depressing. Like, they kill off Admiral Akbar off screen, which I thought was kind of lame. You know, like, this was Admiral Akbar's 3rd movie in a row, and you just kill him off screen. I mean, that's kind of like a fuck you to the fans. Like, I know he's not a main character, but he's kind of a fan favorite, especially the nerds. You know, they're going to be pissed off that he died off screen. He was one of the few original characters in the trilogy, you know? And there's just a lot of stupid things in this movie. There's a lot of bullshit. Like, Snoke was kind of lame. You know, I never really got why everyone was so excited about Snoke. To me, he just seemed like a lame diet Emperor Palpatine. That's all Snoke was to me. And he couldn't even make it to the 3rd film. He had to die near the end of the 2nd film. And I really like Kylo Ren. I really like Adam Driver. And I really like Kylo Ren's character. And I'm excited to see him be the main villain in the 3rd film. And with Luke, I'm really disappointed with it. Like, when Luke and Leia reunited, it was really just boring. I mean, Luke and Han Solo don't reunite at all. Luke and Leia reunite for 5 seconds and they say 5 words to each other, and then Luke dies. I mean, Jesus Christ, why did you even bring them back if you're just so anxious to kill them? You know, and Mark Hamill did the best he could. I thought his acting-wise, Mark Hamill was terrific. He did a really good job. In every scene that he was in, he was really kind of dry and funny and kind of dark. And, you know, a lot of people, they didn't like the flashback with Luke almost killing Kylo Ren and then deciding, you know, he didn't want to do it because it was just like an impulsive thing in the moment, but Kylo Ren does think that Luke's going to kill him, so that's why he slaughters everyone at the temple. Like, that's good and tragic, and I like that. But Luke, he did kind of seem out of character. Luke Skywalker does not seem like the type of person that would give up, that would just abandon everyone, and, you know, he just didn't seem like that type of character to me when I watched the original trilogy. When you watch the original trilogy, Luke Skywalker just does not seem like the type of character that would just give up on his friends, or, you know, just give up because he had a rough time, you know? So, yeah, I think he was out of character, and I really didn't like his death. Like, what was the point? I thought it was kind of cool when Kylo Ren tries to kill him, and then it's revealed that Luke was using the Force, whatever. I don't even know what to call that. The Force teleport, the Force whatever. Like, when Luke's just using, like, I don't know, just like teleporting himself or using himself as a just like a ghost thing, but like he's really somewhere else, and then he just disappears and Kylo Ren gets really mad, and then it's revealed that Luke is still on his planet, but then he dies anyway. Like, what was the point? If you're just, why do you give him a fake death if you're gonna kill him off 5 seconds later? Why, movie? Why? They didn't give Luke Skywalker enough material. They seemed like they were in a hurry to just toss him aside and get rid of him because, oh, he's the original character. He's 70 years old. We gotta kill him. You know, get him out of the fucking way. It was just so stupid how they handled it. Stupid as shit. And, yeah, like, there's a lot of things I didn't like about the movie. There's some things I do like. I really like General Hux's character. He's like the Joffrey of Star Wars. Like, he says the most, like, threatening things. He seems just like the most deadly psychopath. And then he gets thrown around. He screams like a girl over and over. Like, there was a couple of scenes where I laughed hard because of that. Because, like, he's saying something to Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren just throws him aside. He says something to Snoke, and Snoke just throws him around. Like, that was funny. Like, he just... It's kind of cool to have that really, like, bad character that talks a lot of shit and then he just gets thrown around. Like, you know, I think that was pretty entertaining. And Phasma dying was, you know, with her helmet being partially broken and her calling Finn scum. They could have been done better, but it was okay. You know, I'll give this movie credit for actually killing people off in the middle chapter. Usually, if it's a trilogy, the middle chapter does not kill anyone. Think about it. Empire Strikes Back didn't kill anyone. Like, the Pirates of the Caribbean was just like 3 hours of nothing happening. Like, no one died. And then the third Pirates film, everyone dies. Like, half the characters die. But this film actually killed a lot of characters. They killed Akbar off screen. They killed Luke. They killed Snoke. They killed the Jurassic Park chick. Who else? I'm missing Phasma. You know, so, you know, that's... Oh, you know, it's weird that they kill off Luke, but they don't kill off Leia. I mean, I know that she had completed her filming, but that's just stupid. They killed off Luke. Like, Luke should not have died. Like, it just didn't feel it didn't seem all that memorable. Like, if you're going to kill off Luke Skywalker, you better make it one of the best scenes in the movie. Like, this is Luke fucking Skywalker. Give him a good death. Han Solo's death was okay. I mean, you know, I remember it. You know, it had an emotional impact. And I get that the whole thing with Luke Skywalker is him finding hope again and finding peace again, but I just don't think they should have killed him off. I think he should have been a part of the third movie. Maybe if he had died in a different way, not just the whole, he's a Force ghost, oh, just kidding, he pretty much faked his death. Oh, no, really, he died. Like, what? What was the point? You know, I just thought that was stupid. And like I said, Snoke was just kind of a lame villain. Everyone was so obsessed with him for some reason. Everyone's got all these theories, like, oh, Snoke is this character from 12 movies ago. Oh, Rey's parents are these people. And it's like, no, they're not. They're not anyone. Snoke's just Snoke. Rey's parents aren't anyone. And this movie pretty much tells us that. So all those people that had been coming up with all these crazy theories for the last 2 years, I don't know why they did that, but they wasted their time, because Snoke is just Snoke, and now Snoke is dead, and it doesn't matter. He wasn't even that good of a bad guy. Snoke has nothing on Palpatine. Snoke has nothing on the Emperor. I think he's just like a diet Palpatine. That's all Snoke was. And he was just a lame-ass bad guy. And, you know, Rey's parents, you know, Kylo Ren just told her, you know, they're just people that sold you for some drinks, and then they're dead now, you know. And I do like Rey's relationship with Kylo Ren. I really like Kylo Ren. With Rey, yeah, I think she's a little too perfect. She always does things like instantly, and like they need to like realistically build her up. Like, I don't know, just the writing wasn't that good, and like with Rey, the only reason why I enjoy Rey is because Daisy Ridley is so goddamn hot. Like, that's all I care about. Like, she's so hot, and when I look at Rey, that's what I think about, you know. Like, I don't care about her character, I don't care about her story, I'm just like, damn, she's hot. Like, that's all that matters to me. Like, with Luke, Han Solo, and Leia, and Chewbacca, they were so memorable. Finn and Rey and Poe, they're not memorable. This movie isn't memorable. There's nothing in it that's memorable. You know, and the one guy that hacks, that's the hacker that comes with Finn and then like double crosses them, he was kind of stupid. I thought he was a little too corny. And I do like Rose. I did like the new character that ends up liking Finn. I liked her. I thought she was kind of a cool character, and she was pretty likable. But yeah, overall, I'm just really disappointed with this film. I really feel like Disney fucked Star Wars. Like, I'm one of those people that liked the prequels. No, you don't have to clean your ears. You heard me right. I like the prequels. Come at me, motherfuckers. I like the prequels. Again, I like the prequels. One more time, I like the prequels. And I like them more than The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi. Disney fucked Star Wars, not George Lucas. And everyone knows it's true. Maybe not everyone, but I think a vast majority knows it's true. I think in The Force Awakens, people tried really hard to like the movie. They tried so hard to like the movie, they ignored the fact that it was just a copy-paste of a much better, much more original film, which is a travesty and a dishonor to the Star Wars franchise, that you spend all this money, and it's just a copy-paste. You hire these writers and these directors and all these talented people because you have the money to hire talented people, and they just end up making a copy-paste. Like, I mean, J.J. Abrams is a hack. He's a Hollywood hack. He's a joke. He fucked up Star Trek, and he fucked up Star Wars. And, I mean, The Last Jedi, it's not as much of a copy-paste as The Force Awakens was, but it has so many problems on its own that it doesn't matter. It's still a bad movie. This is shaping up to be a weak trilogy, and it's shaping up to be the death of Star Wars. It's the death of Star Wars. Disney's got its poison in it. It's got its poisonous claws in Star Wars, and it's not going to pull them out. It's going to keep destroying it until no one goes to the theater, and then Star Wars will die a painful death. They'll keep milking it for all it's worth. Oh, God forbid, they're going to probably make another 10 movies, but it's so bad now. Eventually, no one is going to see it. No one's going to care about Star Wars 17. Not when The Last Jedi, Episode 8, is this bad. No one is going to care about Episode 17. No one's going to care about the spin-offs, the 12 new trilogies that they're already, putting together because they gotta milk that cow, milk that cow, milk that cow. Fuck an original story, fuck a good movie, milk the fucking cow, fuck Star Wars, You can't have a good thing stay a good thing. You gotta fuck it up, Disney. They have all this money. I wish they would just hire decent, talented people, take some risks, do something creative. It's Star Wars. That's what Star Wars stood for when it first came out in 1977. Make them good. And now it's too late. Episode 9 is not going to be good. Not with... The damage is done. Luke Skywalker's dead. There's all this crap. It's... Everyone just shooting off one-liners. There's no memorable characters. There's no memorable moments. Nothing is good. There's nothing good in these movies anymore. And Rogue One had the same problem. It seemed like everyone but me liked Rogue One. I hated Rogue One. There were no characters. Watch my review on my other channel. Rogue One had no characters. Everyone just spit out one-liners, and then they died. There was no character development. There was no emotional moments. There was no development whatsoever. It was hollow, empty. The characters were just shooting off one-liners and dying. That's all it was. Star Wars is more than that. And it's more than this shitty-ass movie. Star Wars needs to get better. It needs to be fixed, but the damage is done. I don't think it's going to matter. It probably did well in the box office. The dumbass critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave it good ratings. So, and, like I said, Disney's already planning 35 more goddamn movies, so Star Wars is going to suck. It's going to suck. Star Wars as a franchise is ruined. For me, Star Wars ended with Return of the Jedi, and it should have just stayed that way. Keep the video games going. Even the video games suck now. There used to be all these good-ass video games like KOTOR, and Republic Commando, and Battlefront, and Jedi Outcast, and now it's Disney and EA. And EA, they make this, game that you have to spend $300 on to get the content of a $60 game. You pay $60 for this game and it's like 2 minutes long and there's nothing to do. But if you spend $150, you get the completed content. And then it's just like a normal game, but instead you spent $300 instead of $60, which is what you should have spent because it's the content of a new game. How are you getting your money's worth? Tell me, when you play Star Wars Battlefront, I know I'm getting off topic. I'm just talking about the death of Star Wars in general because that's what's happened. And I've known this was happening when I saw The Force Awakens, when the first Battlefront came out. And now we got the sequel, and we got the sequel to Battlefront. Same shit, different day. How are you getting your money's worth in Star Wars Battlefront? What is it about that game that makes it worth $300? Tell me. Explain that to me. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit, and it's not going to stop. For me, and I recommend anyone else that wants to feel this way to just go ahead. For me, Star Wars ended with Return of the Jedi. There's no crappy-ass reboot with crappy-ass characters and crappy-ass directors and crappy-ass story and crappy-ass dialogue and just empty canvases of films. Fuck it. Star Wars ended with Return of the Jedi. That was the end of the story. This is just a lame-ass fan fiction because that's what it looks like. They got all this money and all these talented people, and we got these shitty-ass fan fictions. That's what it is. That's what Star Wars is. So, to anyone that feels the same way I do, look, if you love this film, fine. Like I said, it has a mixed reaction, but there's a lot of hardcore fans that are as upset as I am. And like I said, if you are upset with Star Wars, if you think the franchise is dead, just stick with the older films. Play the older games. Play the original Xbox games. There's a bunch of like N64, GameCube, Xbox games, and just stick with like the original 6 movies. If you don't like the prequels, then stick with the original 3 movies. Disney can keep fucking up the characters, writing the old characters badly, then killing them off for no reason. It can continue to fuck up the universe and make everything a joke. There's no stopping that. But what they can't do is they can't take away old Star Wars. It's in our minds, people. It's on DVD. It's on game systems. It's on discs. Disney can't take it away. They want to. Trust me, they want to. With the new generation of people, Disney does not want people of the new generation to watch the old movies or play the old games. It wants us to just play the EA games and spend $500 for a $60 game. It wants us to watch these 20 shitty ass films. It's our job as the old generation to teach the new generation that old Star Wars is better, that the old games are better, and that old movies are better. Disney can't take it away. They can't. They can't take old Star Wars away. They can't. They are never going to come into everyone's houses and take away the old DVDs and the old games. They can't take it away, no matter how hard they try, no matter how much they want to. They can't take old Star Wars away. It's impossible. That's what we hold on to. That's what Star Wars fans hold on to. Old Star Wars. Disney cannot take it away. They can make it non-canon like they made the books, but they can't take it away. They can't take away the fact that it exists. They can't make it magically disappear. No matter how much they try, no matter how much they want to, they can't take old Star Wars away. They can't. That is what you should hold on to. If you're as upset with this film as I am, if you're as upset with the direction of the franchise, just hold on to the old games, hold on to the old movies, hold on to the books. Fuck them saying, these books that you spent years and years and years reading are non-canon. They don't matter anymore. They don't exist anymore. What gives them the right to do that? They paid George Lucas $70 billion or whatever so that they could make more than that off of Star Wars. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about the story. They don't care about the characters. They care about the cha-ching, cha-ching. That's all they care about. That's all most corporations care about. But Disney is just so obvious about it. It's a joke. They fuck Star Wars so badly. It's a joke. So yeah, like I said, read the books. Make your own canon. If you don't want Han Solo and Luke Skywalker dying these shitty ass deaths, then make it non-canon. Just hold on to the expanded universe or the video games or the old movies, whatever you like about Star Wars, hold on to it and focus on that. And just ignore everything else like it's background noise, because at this point that's what it is. Loud, obnoxious, shitty background noise. You ignore it and you focus on the positive things, because that's all that life is about. That is what Star Wars is about. Just hold on to old Star Wars. Hold on to the parts of Star Wars that you like. And if you like these new movies, fine. But if you don't, ignore them. Because that's the only way we're going to beat this. Disney is not going to stop. It's going to destroy it. A few years from now, it's going to be 10 times worse. They're going to keep banging out these shitty movies. By the time they get to Star Wars Episode 25, it's going to be so bad. They will make their gross revenue will be like $100, and then that will be it for Star Wars. No one's going to want to touch Star Wars after that. There's going to be so many bad movies coming out by then. It's going to be considered such a joke by then. No one's going to watch it. And no one's going to want to make a new movie. George Lucas will probably be dead in 20 years, who knows, maybe 30 years. The actors will be dead, the old cast. It'll be dead. No one will want to make a Star Wars movie because it's already become a joke, and they are nowhere near done destroying it. It's gonna take another 10, 20 years before Disney ends its devastation. And it's only going to end its devastation of Star Wars because Star Wars won't make any more money, because it became so horrible that literally no one saw it. So you can continue to be tortured and hurt, or you can just ignore it and focus on the parts of Star Wars that you like. That is my recommendation to all of you people that are so upset with this film and with the franchise and with Disney for destroying something that a lot of people love dearly. They can't take away the memories. They can't take away the old stuff. So focus on the old stuff. Sometimes the old stuff is better than the new stuff, and that is the case with Star Wars. So focus on the old stuff. If you like the new stuff, focus on that. If you like the old stuff, focus on that. If you like both, focus on both. But Star Wars is all about having a good time, and if you like certain video games, movies, books, comics, TV shows, whatever, just focus on that. Focus on the parts of Star Wars that you like. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the movie. Sorry for the rant, sorry for going a little crazy at the end. I have some pretty intense opinions about Star Wars. Don't be shy, hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. And that's it. See you guys later. Bye.